Happy Saturday, Striver. I hope that listening to the Daily Fire today, at this moment, you're in a moment of peace or about to enter one where you can find some kind of wonderful in your life today. I love Saturdays to take an opportunity to reflect back on the previous week and just force my brain to capture a few lessons from the previous week and a few appreciations from the previous week. Because inevitably, I know that something good happened these last couple of days, that maybe there was a serendipity that seemed to be lining up, that maybe there was a luck of chance, that maybe, somebody said something nice or kind. As you think about your life, you can think, oh, maybe, that one email, yeah, that was kind of nice. Or, hey, the kids did this thing and that was kind of nice. Or my husband or partner, they said this thing or they went out of their way. It feels kind of nice when something goes well in life. But too often, as we're so busy and we're always moving on to the next day, we kind of miss feeling that appreciation. In the moment, we're like, oh yeah, that was nice. But we don't sit with it for a minute. We don't remember it. We don't integrate it. And so we actually never felt it deeply enough for it to stick into our attitude. So often I have to teach, high performers who are trying to become more successful, but also want to feel more fulfilled. I often tell them the moments of fulfillment were there, but you didn't integrate them. You didn't feel them. It's like a lot of people, they win the award, they get the gold medal, they get the Grammy, they get the, framed picture from work saying, good job. Somebody says something really nice to them, gives them a good compliment, and yet they don't feel it. They don't sense it. Why? They've never taught themselves to be mindful about it and to integrate it. While somebody else might have even less reward happening in their life, but they feel good. They feel fulfilled because all those little movements, all those little wins, all those little rewards, they feel them. You have any friends who, they can get just a small little gift, just the littlest thing, maybe a little card, maybe a little tchotchke gift, and they get so excited about it, and you can tell they really feel it. They're really happy about that little gift. My mom is that way, by the way, and it's beautiful to see. She gets so excited about the littlest things, where other people, it's like, your teenagers sometime who you're like, wait, they're not happy if they get a car, or they get the wrong car and they're unhappy. And I think that what we have to do as mature adults is teach ourselves to take joys in the blessings of life, to take a moment to notice the appreciation, to sense the win, to feel the progress, and to integrate that into our attitude for life. I kind of feel like I've had an unfair advantage in this regard in life because of my mom's example, seeing her just take such joy in little things. It didn't matter what she got for Christmas. She was thrilled with it. Opening every box was like this journey of joy for her. It didn't matter what it was. Unwrapping the gift, she was as happy unwrapping the thing as whatever it revealed. And so having that example in my life, I think did help shape me into a happy and appreciative person. I'm one of those people, I actually don't need a lot of things. And I really sense and feel a grand appreciation just for life. Because I always tell people, if you've ever had your life in threat or been scared that you were going to die, then you develop this mortality motivation about life. You're grateful for the time you have here. It feels different because you've integrated that sense and that truth that life is indeed short. And once you've integrated that internally, you start noticing things. You start appreciating things. When we're all barreling ahead and we forget that life is so short, we don't notice the wins from the week. We don't notice the pretty things. We don't notice the beautiful things. We don't notice the blessings. And if we do, it's almost like a casual acknowledgement. It's kind of like a head nod toward them. versus receiving them in the palm of our hand and pulling it into our heart, feeling it deeply, and just saying, thank you, God. I appreciate the progress this week. I'm grateful for that lucky incident or that kind word or the way that my family acted this week. I feel those things. And I would love to remind you of that each week some kind of wonderful is happening for you. That each week some kind of wonderful thing did occur in this world. Even if you had a bad week, some kind of wonderful happened somewhere in this world. And yes, I know it's so easy to say, well, yeah, well, Brennan, some kind of terror and awfulness happened too. There's so much division. We're at odds in this country. We're having this issue in politics. There's wars, there's famine, there's awful things around the world. And I go, I know. I absolutely understand that. And of course, everybody here with a worldwide global audience in Growth Day now, no question that our members have suffered incredible hardships in life. We've had some of those comments you've seen in our courses, in our live chats, in Transformation Week, in High Five Challenge, and in so much of the content here. People share incredible and harrowing stories and vulnerabilities. This life, there is suffering. But because there's suffering, we need to really look for the light. Because there's darkness and difficulty, we really have to pay attention to the good things of life. And we have to make it a conscious practice. I want to tell you this. You can't just hope to one day feel happier or one day to hope to have a better attitude. Instead, you begin seeing the world in a different way. You tell your brain and your mind, hey, notice the good things. Let me journal about them. Let me go into Growth Day's journal and capture it in the weekly review. Let me go to the life score section and capture my weekly review to see how I'm doing and progressing. Let me do things on a consistent basis that puts it into my brain. Oh yeah, right. I'm learning some things. Some good things are happening. I don't want to forget those. I'm telling you, it really has to be a practice of integrating the feeling and the truth of goodness in this world. So many people, they have lots of successes. They win awards. They get great things done. They earn plenty. Their family is good. Things in their life are good, but they never grab hold of it and pull it into the heart and feel it. It doesn't integrate into their identity, into their attitude, into their mood. It's a passing nod versus a deep appreciation. Let me say that again. It's a passing nod. You're like, oh, that's nice she said that. Oh, it's nice he did that. Oh, it's nice that turned out that way. It's not like a win. It's not like a pulling it into your heart and deeply appreciating it. And I promise you, the more you can teach yourself, and I want you to know this, you have to teach yourself to deeply appreciate progress, to deeply appreciate praise, to deeply appreciate good things happening, to deeply appreciate the good news. When you actually learn to feel that, I promise it opens a whole other level of life. I always tell people, gratitude is the golden frame through which we can see a beautiful life. When I have that perspective and I'm looking for the good things of life and I acknowledge them, not as a head nod, with a deep appreciation, then I feel different. And I'd love for that to happen for you and this whole community this year. Don't you feel like we all deserve a little higher spirit this year? Well, a higher spirit comes from a deeper gratitude. And as we want to have ambitious, high-achieving, fun, abundant, healthy, vibrant lives, a lot of that is rooted on, are you even noticing the good things already? But are you feeling them as well? I love the work of mindfulness, which is the noticing piece, but I love the work of integration, which is the deep feeling piece that shifts my future perspective, attitude, mood, spirit. And I want to let you know this. I have so many things going on in my life, just like you, that if I don't, and I'm the motivation guy, if I don't stop to make sure I capture it in my journal in Growth Day, to make sure I reflect on it, to make sure I close my eyes, say thanks for God for this little thing, and to acknowledge it and to integrate it into a feeling of appreciation, what life feels like is just week after week after week. It feels like you're trudging through, even though you're working hard, even though you're doing good things, even though the kids, aren't in jail right now, and if they are, I'm sorry. It's one of those things where you just notice some beautiful things. And I want you to really take it to another level of noticing, but feeling. Some kind of wonderful is happening in your life. There's a lot of gates that are opening for you right now. You might be like a lot of our audience in Growth Day in a moment of transition in life in which, you're thinking about going after a new passion, or you're thinking about changing your health or your lifestyle. You're in that place where you're thinking about shifting into a new gear in your career or your relationship or what you do. It's just that time, where a lot of people are trying to shift and they're trying to figure out what the next new thing is. And I think you don't pursue that next new thing hoping to have the outcome of feeling different at the end of it. This time around, you choose, I'm going to feel different at the beginning of it. Last time, I worked super hard to get to an end result that I hope gave me an end feeling. But now you've learned that no, your states of being and feeling are something you can generate. You can choose to bring the joy, not hope to have joy one day after all things are perfect. And so in this moment of change or shift at this time of year, my hope for you is to go, hey, hold on. Let me choose to feel differently entering this new world, going after this new goal, having this new relationship, pursuing this new passion. Let me change how I feel about life going into it. Let me carry that goodness into it. And I promise you, new levels will open for you that will surprise you because you're putting out a different kind of energy. People follow you in a different way, see you in a different way, interact with you in a different way. Opportunities open up to you because whether you believe in God or physics or luck or the universe, it's almost like energy begets energy. It's almost like one of those things where, the universe sees you enjoying the things that you do have and are given and do receive, seeing you walk through those open doors of opportunity and says, hey, she likes it. Let's give her some more of this goodness. She's enjoying it. She's seeing it. She's noticing. She's actually feeling it. Let me give her some more opportunity. Isn't that a blessed thing? That sometimes when you start to deeply appreciate things, new doors open in that same realm or right adjacent to it or more abundance right around it. And you're like, oh, wow. I don't know. It just happened. I started noticing this and I noticed that and more things are opening for me. That's the kind of year I want you to have. So today, go into your Growth Day journal and just type in some kind of wonderful and capture a few items, a few things, a few events, a few moments from this last week that you're like, that was wonderful. And I'm going to take a moment to feel that this Saturday because every day is a great day to grow.